The benchmark for this question is to carry out calculations involving speed distance time and involving decimal fraction time. The question reads, how far will a car travel in 40 minutes at a speed of 45 miles per hour? To solve this question, we start by writing DST down the side, standing for distance, speed and time. We then fill in what we know, so we know it travelled at 45 miles per hour, we put this in the speed column, and we also know it travelled at 40 minutes, so we put this in the time column. We also know that 40 minutes is 2/3 of an hour, as 60 divided by 3 is 20, times 2 is 40. The equation we now use is D equals S times T. We again fill in what we know, so 45 times 2/3, which simplified down gives us 15 times 2, and 15 times 2 is 30, so the final answer to this question is 30 miles. The next question reads, calculate the average speed of a car that takes 3 hours and 15 minutes to drive 130 miles. Again, we start by writing DST down the side and filling in what we know. So the distance travelled was 130 miles, so we fill this in here. The time was 3 hours and 15 minutes, which converted into a decimal is 3.25, as 15 minutes is a quarter of an hour. The equation we're going to use to solve this problem is S equals D over T, which then equals 130 over 3.25, giving us a final answer of 40 miles per hour. The last question reads, how long will a cyclist take to travel 35 kilometres at a speed of 20 kilometres an hour? We fill in DST down the side and fill in what we know. So 35 kilometres was the distance, and the speed was 20 kilometres an hour. The equation we're going to use is T equals D over S. We fill in what we know, which is T equals 35 divided by 20, giving us a time of 1.75 hours. But we want this 0.75 into minutes, so all we need to do is 0.75 times 60, giving us 45 minutes. And we know this is right because 0.75 is 3/4 of 1, and 45 is 3/4 of an hour. The total time covered was 1 hour and 45 minutes.